Good morning, colleagues. Good morning, everyone. I welcome you to this session with immense pride and also a sense of professional comradeship. I'm glad that you made the time this morning. I hope you all had a wonderful long weekend. Thank you for joining us. This campaign is very important as it seeks to raise awareness of the Ukzn brand and our corporate identity manual. A corporate identity manual gives us a sense of culture or personality as an organization. We actually need that because it's very important for us to have that identity. A strong and consistent corporate identity can also improve our awareness, and also increase our competitive edge as an organization. To ensure that we achieve consistency in the use of the brand, we have a university corporate identity manual. If you haven't downloaded, so make sure that you download it as soon as possible. The CI manual incorporates basic use of the corporate branding, and also how you actually go about in making sure that you are consistent and making sure that we use our brand properly, and also that you represent the Ukzn brand in a proper manner. So that's why we're here today, to make sure that people understand the corporate identity. You will have time to ask questions as well, because we want to make sure that you are with us in this journey. It is vital that all our stakeholders understand and use these guidelines to ensure that our corporate image and identity is consistent, is clear, and is effective. Consistency in the use of university trademarks strengthen our value and ability to protect our brand and elements from unauthorized use. So we know we get a lot of these issues. We find people already advertising their branded clothing using our logo without any authorization. So that's what those are the things that we look for. And when you actually look at what they're doing, it's also find that the logo usage is incorrect. We are here today to make sure that people understand and why we should actually try and maintain a consistent and professional corporate identity. The identity of Ukzn becomes more easily recognizable if we are consistent, and our important messages also become easily received and understood. But if people see all the wrong representation of our image, then they wouldn't understand because once people understand exactly what we are talking about, it's easy to recognize that the logo that has been used in a publication or clothing is incorrect. So you'll also be able to recognize that, and also if that is done in your department, then you can actually advise people that they should actually follow the corporate identity manual to make sure that they use the logo correctly and all the other elements that comes with it. This corporate identity manual is a set of guidelines on how to portray and represent our institution brand effectively to all our stakeholders through the use of all the critical design elements, particularly our logo, on all different media, including our website, business cards, printed, and also corporate clothing, email signatures, and also throughout our social media platforms. There is a great value in the process, and an effective, appropriate identity is a strategy that adds value and appeal to our target audiences. It has also helped us to shape the public perception of us, promotes our values more effectively, and also efficiently directs all our marketing campaigns. it helped us to foster trust with our stakeholders, which leads to greater engagement and loyalty through higher brand recognition. So on this note, I thank you for attending and joining this important campaign, and I urge you to work with us in ensuring that our brand is well represented in everything that we do. As CRD, we cannot be all over, so we rely on you to make sure that our brand is represented in a professional way. And also, if you do say something wrong, that you do get in touch with us so that we can assist colleagues and also our students to use our brand properly. So I will now hand you over to Lungelo Ngobo, our principal graphic designer, to take you through the visual elements of our brand and also our brand or our CR manual. So if you have any questions, then you'll have the opportunity to ask questions at the end of his presentation. Thank you so much, and thanks again for joining us this morning.
Morning to everyone. I hope everyone is well. I'm going to start sharing my just one second. Sorry. Right, these are the do's and don'ts of the UKZN branding. I'd first like to start with the main logo of the UKZN. This is the preferred logo that we use for all applications. We also have a white version and a black version that goes on different color backgrounds. We mainly approve the logo backgrounds that are going to be used. So you can send us an email to CRD and we can approve the backgrounds where you use the one color logo. But mainly this landscape version of the logo is what's preferred on all applications. The second version of our logo is the portrait version, but this one needs authorization because it's mainly used for building signage and for any area where CRD has to confirm this is where we use this logo, or any tight space where we feel like this logo can be used, but it's all under authorization. It's not free to use by anyone. These are the list of don'ts for the UKZN logo. So I'll go through them one by one. Number one, don't distort the logo by squashing or stretching it. That's number one, right at the top left. If the logo is squashed in any way, it will be rejected. It's sometimes even rejected by our online system as well. Number two, don't add any effects, filters to the existing logo. Number two is right at the top on the right. Do not add any other effects. You have to leave the logo just simple and flat on a white background. Number three, don't change the color of any of the elements that make up the logo. So number three, right there, you can see the shield is pink. That's not supposed to be pink. The book at the bottom, the symbol of the book at the bottom is gray. That's not supposed to happen as well. Even if you're branding on a t-shirt or anything, do not change any of the colors on the symbol or on the text itself. It's not allowed. Number four, don't place the logo over imagery or busy background of any kind. Number four, right there, it's the logo sitting on top of an image. That is not allowed. You can't see the UKZN brand correctly. You can't even read it properly. So that's not allowed. It's always supposed to be on a white background or a very light gray background. Number five, don't place the logo over text of any kind. Number 5 is right here on the left. Please don't place the logo on top of any text. For any reason, it is not allowed. You cannot read the brand or the logo at all. Number 6, don't tilt the logo in any direction or turn it clockwise or anti-clockwise. So number 6 is represented here on the right side. If you tilt the logo, it's just not going to look right. There are instances where we do allow this, but it also has to be authorized by CRD to make sure that it doesn't make the logo look funny in any way. Number 7, don't separate the logo type from the symbol in any manner. So you're not allowed on number 7 to separate the symbol or the text that's right next to the symbol. There's not supposed to be a great space in between both of them. That means you're using the incorrect logo. Number 8, don't change the font of the descriptor or the letter mark. So number 8, do not change the wording, the way the word is written, University of KwaZulu-Natal, University KwaZulu-Natal. Do not take it out, do not change the fonts. If you don't have the logo, please request it from CRD. We will gladly supply the correct logo. Number 9, don't use low resolution logos for print or pixelated logos for digital display. Number 9 is right there. Please do not use a pixelated logo. It will not read properly. It will also be rejected, sometimes by our online system or anybody that picks it up. We provide a high-res logo for anyone that needs it. Just send us an email and we'll give it to you. It's free. Number 10, don't place the logo on a background of the same color as one of the logo colors. So as you can see, you cannot place the full color logo on a red background. You can't read it properly. Some of the elements disappear. You're only supposed to use on a specific color background, a one color logo. Number 11 and 12, don't place the logo symbol or logo text on its own in any place of the full, in place of the full logo. So you can't use the symbol on its own or the text on its own. It's always together. Number 13, only on exclusive UKZN branded attire may the UKZN symbol be used independently from the logo text. This rule also applies to online mediums, namely mobile applications, so social media pages and smaller items. So you need authorization to use the logo symbol for specific things that are online related. The tagline. So we've had a few incidents where people have used the first two elements that you see on your screen there. So the first one, you need authorization to use the logo with the tagline as one element. So CRD will authorize your artwork, and then we will allow you to use this element. The second element as well, please do not use this element. It's only for design purposes, specific to a certain type of artwork. Mainly graphic designers use this, but we don't allow everyone to use this. It needs authorization. The preferred elements are the two at the bottom, the Inspiring Greatness tagline on its own, which mainly goes at the bottom of any advert, invites, or communique. And then the logo, the main logo, it goes on its own at the top on a white background. So this is the use of what I was speaking about earlier. The logo at the top, the tagline at the bottom, and any messaging right in the middle. And then the authorized logo with the tagline is shown here on this type of poster where we would judge a CRD that, you know what, maybe the artwork needs to have the logo at the bottom with the tagline so that the design is not infringed upon in any way. So we make the call for that. These are the college colors for UKZN. For College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science, it's green. For College of Health Sciences, it's white. For College of Law and Management Studies, it's orange. College of Humanities, it's blue. I want everyone to know that all these colors are basically the colors that you should use for your communiques, your adverts, your posters. You can use them as a theme on your posters, as a design element as well. These are specifically for colleges. Now, the campus colors. The campus colors don't mean that a certain campus color goes with a certain college. The campus colors are for themselves, specifically for campuses. So Edgewood has red, Howard College campus has orange, Nelson R. Mandela School of Medicine is yellow, Pietermaritzburg campus is green, Westville campus is blue. So if any of the campuses were doing a promotion, they can use one of these colors as a theme, but basically most of the campuses just use a generic UKZN type of colors, which is red and black, maybe gray and white as well, just to stay away from being mixed up with any college. Again, I will bring you to our main UKZN logo and the colors associated with it. These are the incorrect logos that have been sent to us, that we've been made aware of. These logos basically are wrong. Some of them have been sent to us for approval, and we've had to tell the individuals that you cannot change the university logo. You can't use the acronym with your own font, or you can't even tilt the symbol as you've seen. We've mainly helped a lot of people to, correct their logos and make sure that they design a different type of logo, because these types of logos are not allowed at all. You can't recreate the UKZN logo for any projects, initiative that you want to do. You have to get authorization from us, and then maybe we can give you a logo that will work correctly for that initiative or project that you're doing. I'd like to point out an example of external logo guidelines, which emphasizes why we are so serious about this type of topic. Nike, they are very particular about how their logo is represented anywhere, even on a website, on a web handle, clothing, on the gear, foot gear. So we're also taking that type of stringent, a look at our brand and making sure that everyone conforms to what is consistent, what works for the brand. Harvard University also has a logo guideline for their institution as well. They have do's and don'ts like any other company. So we're following an international standard. So it's not that we are trying to stop people. This is an international standard for anyone's logo, any company. So we're not targeting certain individuals or anything like that. How to use the CI manual. So I'll just read this out once more. The University Corporate Identity Manual incorporates basic usage guidelines to ensure that when we visually present UKZN, we are consistent and gain maximum impact. It is important that staff understand and use these guidelines so that our corporate image and our identity is clear, consistent, and effective, whatever the setting, activity, or media we are using. I'd like to just stay on that. as the staff of UKZN, we are the most responsible for the UKZN brand. So if anyone gets it wrong, it becomes a bad look on the UKZN as a whole. So everyone who sees anything wrong at any point in time, they can send an email to CRD, make us aware, and we can straighten that out and make sure that everything is consistent. I'll just continue. By maintaining a consistent and professional corporate identity, we ensure we are understood and that others see us as professional. This is important because as the identity of UKZN becomes more easily recognizable, our important messages also become easily received and understood. These are the logos that are official, that should be used by everyone within the campuses. And then these are some of the how some of the subsidiaries are designed. So if someone doesn't have a logo that that they have created for themselves, we mainly create them this logo, which has the UKZN logo on the left, and then the name of that subsidiary on the right. The college logos are as follows. They do not change. College of Agriculture. It's always written in this way. If you do not have any one of these logos for the colleges, you can send an email to CRD. We will send you a full color version plus a one color version. If you're doing any type of branding or gifting, it's free. We'll give it to you at any time. For letterheads, this is the branding that we mainly use. The college is named at the top. If you are a particular school that's writing a letterhead, your school is always listed at the bottom. It's never listed right next to College of Humanities. The school always goes at the bottom. The college goes at the top. So everyone from any school under any college, this is the type of letterhead you would produce. College at the top, school at the bottom. Even for subsidiaries, they would have, if they don't have their own logo, they would use this type of letterhead. So you'd see the center or anything at the top, and then the center is also repeated at the bottom. The fonts that we use as UKZN, this is Century Gothic Bold. We use that for our taglines. We do use Century Gothic for some of our communication. It's not really the preferred font, but on occasion, if someone doesn't have the preferred Myriad Pro font, they are allowed to use the Century Gothic font. And then we can, if they need us to approve their design, we can check it and then we can approve. But Myriad Pro is the preferred font. We use it for all of our communiques and our posters. The third font, Arial, is a PowerPoint presentation font mainly. We don't prefer this font. I think with technology catching up over the years, different type of fonts are easier to read now on specific phones or like laptops or anything like that, posters. So Arial is not really a preferred font anymore. We might move on from that font since people's phones and everything are picking up all types of fonts. So Myriad Pro would be the preferred font to use always. And then Arial, if you're doing a PowerPoint presentation or anything like that, it's fine. For generic letterheads, this is the method we use. The logo is always at the top left, always on the top left. You can have it in the middle as well. Do not put it on the right. The document is incorrect if you put the UKZN logo on the right. And give it enough space around it, and then you can start your message in the middle. Your departments can also be listed at the bottom. This piece of the letterhead can be supplied to you. If you don't have it, we can design one for you, for your departments, and then you can keep it and share it with your colleagues. We are more than welcome. You're more than welcome to ask us for the bottom area for a department. For posters, this is more like a student-related, even for staff as well, if they're doing any type of promotions and they're designing a very basic poster. The branding at the top uses the red with the writing in Century Gothic, which everyone would have, hopefully. And then the logo is also always listed on the left with the Inspiring Greatness tagline at the bottom. So if you're a student or a staff member, you're designing your own thing, or even if you're designing it outside, this is the formula you use to brand it correctly. This is a symbol that we are introducing for 2023. We've basically cut down some of the symbolism used. So the normal UKZN symbol with the little book at the bottom, we don't want to use it too much. So we've developed the UKZN acronym to fit in only tight spaces. So for social media, QR codes, any space where it's too small to put the symbol or the full UKZN logo, we are using the UKZN acronym, which everyone I'm sure is familiar with. We will allow in the future, like in certain areas for certain types of materials, we will add on the UKZN acronym as well. We just have to get some of the designs approved for the future. The UKZN PowerPoint template, this is a generic PowerPoint template. Anyone can request for this from CRD. It's free, we'll give it to you. It has layout options within the file itself. So this is very generic. Our webinar posters. This is a generic webinar poster that has the logo at the top. It can have your college logo at the top as well. And then we have the tagline at the bottom with your messaging and your links in between. CRD mainly supplies this, but you can also get it from an outside supplier if you feel necessary. But this is mainly the formula to use for webinars, posters, and anything like that. We've also, over the last year or two, made college-themed invites. So for College of Law and Management Studies, we've used the theme of orange. And then for humanities, we're using the theme of blue, and so on. So even for agriculture, there's a theme of green. We're trying to make it easier for those who read communiques, posters, to associate a certain college with a certain color easily so that they know that, oh, okay, I'm reading something. It's obviously agriculture, or this is humanities. I know what's going on here. And then they can join that event or engage with that communique. UKZN and partner logos. This one is a bit, I'm going to explain it in very layman's terms. So on any poster or any invite or any communique, if you have a list of sponsors or event stakeholders as well, this is the formula you use. You have to put the UKZN logo on the left with the sponsor on the right, and then a 30% black line in between those two logos. It's not supposed to be white in between. Our rule here is that we have a line in between that's 30% black. If in the event we are not the host of that particular event, it's not really being hosted on UKZN grounds, we are just part of that event, you are allowed to move the UKZN logo onto the right side, and then you can use the main sponsor or the main person that's holding the events. They can then be moved onto the right side, and then we can be a part of a list of other sponsors that are doing that particular event. Co-branding for events. Co-branding is allowed when an organization makes a contribution to that particular event in whatever way that function needs. Failure to do so means that there is no need for that organization to be partnered with the university. Therefore, the invites or promotional items are to only have the UKZN brand. If that organization wants to promote themselves at that event, then that can be agreed upon by the parties involved. This is for anyone, any company, any promotion that's being done, and then someone wants to join into that event. They don't have to be listed on the invites. They can agree with the person who's hosting the invites to do whatever promotion that they want or join it in whatever way that they feel. But it's not necessary to have them on the invites unless the person who is giving us the logos to put as a partner logo, they tell us that, look, can you please list this company or this person's logo next to the university logo, and then we will do so. But otherwise, if you don't feel like someone needs to be on the invites or listed as a partner or anything, then that's your decision, it's fine. We're not going to get into that at all. Corporate clothing, golf shirts. So for golf shirts, just for basic golf shirts, the UKZN logo, the full color logo is only allowed for white golfers. It's not allowed on black golfers or any other color golfers. The full color logo is only for white golfers. Any other color besides the white takes a one color logo. So even if you have a golfer that is gray, even if it's light gray, it takes a one color logo. It's either black or it's white. You can send us the golf shirts for approval before you embroider anything. We will make sure that you are using the correct logo. We will even supply the logo to your supplier to make sure that they have the correct logo. So please, we've seen a few times that people are using the full color logo on like a black golfer, and then they change the small shield to white. And that's not correct. Please just use the one color logo. For golfers that are of very high quality, maybe you bought something very nice and it's like silk or whatever that you would like to buy. The logo that is used for very nice golfers, very high standard golfers, is a logo that takes the UKZN tagline at the bottom. You can request to use this if you feel like your golfer is very nice. You can send us the sample to make sure that we are giving you the correct logo as well. Our doors are open for you to give us samples, show us samples, and then we can give you the correct logo, and then it's up to you which one you want to use. We can just make sure that you're using it correctly and that it's clear. For t-shirts, for average t-shirts, I'll just read one thing. No schools or colleges are allowed branding on t-shirts. That type of thing we would have to authorize as well. Please send us your design at CRT, for CRT. We can approve it, make sure that maybe if you do need to use the college or the school, we can approve that design and make sure that it's consistent with how our branding is supposed to work. But mainly for average t-shirts, it takes the full color logo, and then any other color logo takes the one color logo. Doesn't matter which type of t-shirts you bought, it takes a one color logo. And we are more than prepared to supply that logo to any supplier. It's free, you can get it anytime to make sure that you have the correct logo. So even if you've bought a higher quality logo, a higher quality t-shirt, and you want to change something, it doesn't change. It still remains the same average normal logo, the generic logo. For college-specific golfers, these are the logos that are allowed to be used for college-specific, golfers. So College of Agriculture, Health Sciences, Law and Management Studies, Humanities, these are the logos that they are supposed to use. Full color can be used on a white golfer, but on any other color golfer, again, you use a one color logo, which we will supply to you. You just have to send us an email and we will supply you the correct logo that's in one color for any college at any time. We will give it to you just to make sure that it's correct. As of 2023, we've allowed branding on the right breast for golfers. So this is just an example. It's nothing final. I'm not saying this is how someone's golfer has been branded, but as an example, you can now put in the School of Engineering or any school that is under any college on the right breast. Your name is also allowed as well, but it depends on the design that is being done. So you can send your request to us for, a golfer that you may want to produce for a school, a department, or a person, so that we make sure that you are doing the correct thing. Suppliers can also send us approvals for their golfers with the name on it, maybe a school name, because the college is already listed on the left. It's always going to be listed on the left. There's going to be very rare times where a college is listed on the right breast. It depends on the situation. So as of 2023, you can brand on the right breast, but any branding that's on the right breast must not be bigger than the logo on the left breast of your golf. Blazer branding, this is for your nice particular blazer. It takes a standard UKZN logo in white or in black, depending on the color of the blazer. So this is the only type of logo that's allowed on this type of blazer. Because I think you can see, hopefully everyone can see that it has the UKZN colors running through the blazer. So this is one of the problems that one of our suppliers has been having with embroidering on blazers, specifically the full logo for a specific college. So as you can see, it's not particularly nice, it's not particularly clear. So we do not allow this type of quality for blazers. The logo that's now been allowed since 2022 into 2023 is the symbol of UKZN and the college name on the right side with the line breaker in between. Right. So this is for specific blazers. You can send us approvals if necessary. If anything is a problem, we can sort it out with you and make sure you have the correct branding. Also for premium blazers, the exclusive range, the new type of logo also can be applied to it. Previously, you would only allow to put the symbol on an exclusive range of blazers, but now you can also list the college as well. The UKZN ties, this is as per normal, not much has changed. So it takes the symbol and the colors of UKZN. It doesn't actually change. It stays the same. Anyone who has a problem, any supplier who has a problem maybe with branding the colors of UKZN. You can discuss with us. We can come to a certain resolution if there's a particular challenge for branding on ties. So please contact us regarding that. Vehicle branding, it's standard for any college, any departments. It's the UKZN logo in full with the Inspiring Greatness tagline. You can include the website underneath as well, if necessary, or you can write the college name underneath. We supply these logos for anyone. It's also free. We can also make one for you. The vehicle branding, the full extent of it is optional. So it's optional to have the red at the back. You can also have the symbol in this fashion on the back area of the vehicle, any vehicle. But the normal logo on the side of the door works just fine. You don't have to do everything else if you don't have the budget or anything. Also for smaller vehicles, same rule applies. You can do the full branding, or you can just put the logo on the side door. We can design it for you, or we can supply you the generic version of the logo. So anyone, it's free, we'll supply it to. Corporate gifting, I would like for all staff and suppliers to send us approvals for these types of gifts. We've had mistakes that have happened in the past where the branding is incorrect, or the wrong name is put on in the wrong area, or the wrong logo is used. So any type of corporate gifting, we would like for any supplier, any staff member that has an idea or wants to give someone anything, you're more than allowed to come to us, send us an email, send us even an idea that you have. We can give you the correct branding. We can even liaise with your supplier to make sure that they have the correct logo. You can rope us into emails so that if we see something going wrong or something doesn't look right, we can make sure everything is consistent, is right, and you're using the correct branding. For notebooks, this is just an additional one. Mainly for notebooks, I've been having some trouble with this approving notebooks as well. For notebooks, colleges and generic notebooks for UKZN, the logo is always listed at the bottom right. I know some suppliers have challenges with branding on the bottom right-hand corner, but I want to try by all means to keep it in the same place. If it's not in the same place, it's always at the bottom, maybe in the center, if it's not on the bottom right-hand side. The logo as well, I know that people have been having issues with the TM that's right at the top, saying that it's too small, it's not legible, it's not going to print right. That's fine. We do make allowances for small design changes just to suit the supplier, so that the TM can be seen on your notebook or any type of gifting or corporate stuff. We can make sure that we work with you to make sure that the logo that you have looks right and it has everything in it. We're not allowed to take out anything from the logo, because then that means it's not really the real logo or the original logo. But anyway, any supplier can contact us, any staff member that's concerned as well. If they've received an item and they see that the logo is not correct, maybe we need to make small adjustments, we will make those adjustments with you. No problem. You can come to us, it's free. We're not gonna charge you for that, because we want to make sure that the logo is correct. Right, as an additional item, we did run into one particular problem last year, which is corporate gifting by schools. Schools are not actually allowed to give any gifts that don't mention the college. So we've come up with a logo usage only for gifting. It does not go on clothing or any other item, where the school is mentioned in between the lines, and then the college is above. This goes for any college, any school. This is the logo that you use for corporate gifting. If you're giving out pens, hopefully not pens because it'll be too small, but like bags or any mouse pads, this is the logo that you use. But mainly, we would like for people to only use the college logo or the generic UKZN logo, because mostly if you're going to use the school logo as well with the college logo, in some areas of branding, it's just going to be too small, or it's going to be too much wording, or the supplier might charge you too much. It depends on the situation. But I would suggest that any school from any college, just use the generic college logo. But if you insist that you need the school there, it's fine. We will give you the specific logo. But if it does not work in that particular area, please understand that we are only going to push for the college logo at best to be branded on any specific item. So thank you to everyone. That's all we have for today. Questions are allowed at this time.
Thank you, Lungelo, for the presentation. Colleagues, we're opening the floor now for questions. I think there are questions also that we put on the chat. We can check that as well. But let's make sure that we do engage so that we can answer all the questions. A lot of people also have been asking about the presentation. We'll make the presentation available on the intranet. So you just go there and then you can download it from there. And also we have most of the templates there as well. So you can download all the templates for the for invitations and so on. You will also be able to, I mean, we do upgrade those from now and then. So you'll be able to get new templates as well as time goes on, because we do add new designs there as well. The PowerPoint presentation is also available there, so you can get it from there, or you can just send an email to request that. So I see there is a hand, Shakila. Can you assist with that?
Please go ahead.
Greetings, everyone. This is Usne from SGLD. Thank you very much, Lungelo, for that informative information. My quick question will be, since SGLD Student Governance and Leadership Department, and we deal a lot with brandings for SRC members. So my question would be, do you allow, I saw on t-shirts that the branding will only be on the left side. Normally, SRC members would like to have their portfolios and their names. Will that be allowed?
You can have the name on the right side, but the branding must always be on the left for the UKZN logo. Even with if let's say you're using the SRC logo, it also should be on the left breast with the logo, the generic logo as well.
So the SRC logo will be on the left with the UKZN.
Yeah, so it would be the UKZN logo, the generic one, with the line in between, and then the SRC logo on the other side.
Oh, okay. Okay, noted. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Can you address the question on the chat from Janet?
Should we not impress upon people to use very nice quality or higher quality clothing like t-shirts, etc., to brand our institution? It's not forced upon anyone or any department to use very nice t-shirts. You can use an average t-shirt that you've gotten from a supplier for an event. It's not necessary. We're not forcing anyone. We just want you to use the correct branding if you are going to be using normal t-shirts or for anything. Even if it's for one-day events, you have to get the branding correct. Who is our contact at CRD for approval of logo use, etc.? I am the person to contact about approval. So my email is also in the chat. Are there any penalties when someone uses the wrong logo on a t-shirt? Look, we don't want to go, hopefully I'm speaking correctly here. We don't want to go the legal route to start reprimanding people. We mainly want to contact you and stop you from making further mistakes with utilizing our logo incorrectly. So we're not going to bring police or anyone to come and raid your business or anything like that. We just want you to make sure the branding is correct. I am actually wearing my old black golf tee with the full color logo. Look, it's fine if you're wearing a old black golf tee with the full color logo and with the incorrect logo on it. It's happened. It's done already. Let's just move on from it. So maybe if you request another one from someone making a new batch of golfers, you can make one with the correct logo, or if you can even instruct the person who is putting through the request to contact CRD to make sure that they have the correct logo. Where do you even get these ties? Where is the corporate shop? We don't specifically have a corporate shop for UKZN clothing. There are suppliers who are making corporate clothing available to students and even staff. We also ask them to make sure that the branding that they are using is correct. So even if it's a student initiative as well, I want to make sure that everybody's using the correct logo, the correct branding. So even students can come and contact us and make sure that they're using the correct logos if they are printing any t-shirts or embroidering anything. Can we create a department logo? No. No one can create a department logo. You cannot create your own logo for any reason. Mainly, you are only supposed to be supplied a logo by CRD that has your departments listed on the right side. If necessary, we mainly all use the generic UKZN logo as departments because we work for the university anyway. But if you feel it necessary that you need a specific logo for your departments, then we will supply you the correct one with the correct font, correct branding. Then you can use it on any item that you want. You can apply it to anything, so long as it's correct.
Can we give a chance to Guguletu Mkhize and also Mark Bash to speak? Shakila, thank you.
Thank you. Good day. My question, Lungelo, probably follows on slightly to what you've just spoken to, that you don't create your own logo. In instances of the university centers, that will probably have a logo that resembles what they do in terms of, say, research or whatever scientific innovation they undertake. How do we go about using both the university and the research center logo? Is it allowed that we follow the same example of the core branding you shared earlier? If we are to make something that is standard, say, for example, it's a letterhead or on posters, I would understand that anything else will need to be pre-approved that will be a specific item. But for any standard item, say letterheads or posters, is it all allowable to use, the corporate example you shared? Thank you.
Okay. With that, if a center has a logo already designed, that's fine. Sometimes we design some of the logos for specific centers or research initiatives. Basically, all you do, you use what I showed in the presentation, the partner logo system, where there's the UKZN logo on the left, and then a line in between, and then you can put your center logo on the right. So you can use that for letterheads, posters, business cards, whatever you may feel, so long as the system that you're using is the one that I've shown in the presentation, which will be available to all of you as well. You can just use that partner logo system and everything is fine.
In addition, Lungelo, perhaps that we don't expect everyone to remember all of this. They can always send us emails just to check if you're not sure and to get approval for anything that you are not sure of.
Sorry, just to add on that as well, Nama. They can request for us to design a logo branding for them that shows the system that I'm talking about. And we can email them the PDF or the JPEG that they can use on any application.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Mark?
Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Lungelo, for the presentation. Look, it's really been enlightening to actually have this workshop, because I myself, as managing, especially on the sports element, we have various sports clubs across the campuses, and at times I too happen to just see a T-shirt that I do not even have a clue who approved for. It's the printing of the university logo, or sometimes embroidery, and I think it's high time that CRD does get to own the entire corporate branding for the institution. I think for me, where I'm going with this is to say, the sports teams, because we're dealing with a lot of students, number one, we always use the university logo, be it the one that is actually on my icon, or be it the proper one that is horizontal. And then that's usually on the left, on the front left of a golf shirt, for example. On the right, then you'll have a volleyball club that will design their own logo, but that will not have features of the institutional elements. Now, the challenge becomes, if we say to you, Lungelo, design a logo for our sports clubs, we're talking of over 63 clubs. So, and that again, we need to apply it with the university logo. So I don't know how we're going to go about doing that, but I think we're probably going to need a session just with my department alone, so that we can be able to conscientize even the students themselves not to go, because sometimes they go and they make their own clothing outside, and we see them walking around with tracksuits that were not procured by us, but with the incorrect branding. So we just need, I believe we need to just sit with the sports department so that we can educate the clubs more and the students. And I think SGLD also would need to be part of that, because they control quite a vast majority of clubs and societies that also take the university logo and they put it onto their SASCO t-shirt, EFF t-shirt, whatever organization they come from. They'll just take the logo as is and put it there. So I think these are discussions that we do really need to have as SSD. Thank you.
Not a problem. Look, in terms of the logo designs, I would say that you can bring those requests to CRD. We are more than willing to work with you guys. We mainly would do something, just to explain very quickly, we would do something called generic logos that people can pick from a range of logos that we would just supply you. We wouldn't necessarily create them. We would give you a sort of symbol that you choose from a list of symbols for a volleyball club, a soccer club, or anything like that. And then you can say, okay, cool, we like this. And then from those 63 requests, we then know that, look, everyone has chosen a particular type of symbol. We can work on timelines and agree on certain schedules to make sure that you guys have the correct branding. But yeah, we're more than willing to sit down with anyone to make sure that they have the correct branding, even for any initiative that's being done. We're not going to say if you're doing something where you, I don't know, maybe you hosting a particular political discussion and you want to use the university logo, we are more than willing to make sure that your branding is correct. For t-shirts, even if you're putting up a poster, we can design it for you. We can take any organization, any company's logo, put it together with our generic Ukzn brand, supply it to you, and then you can use it correctly. Instead of grabbing a logo from the internet, and then probably it's not even the correct one, or it's too pixelated, or there's an element missing. Just come to CRD. We're not going to limit you. We're not going to say no just because we want to say no. We will supply you the correct branding because we want to make sure you're on the right side of the Ukzn brand.
Thank you, Lungelo. Before we go to one other hand there, I will answer Janet's question and then you can deal with Paul's question under the Q&A. Thank you, Janet, for the question, but unfortunately, we cannot standardize font for used by people, even though the computers or the laptops are supplied by Ukzn, because we use packages that we get from Microsoft, etc. But Ukzn does not own those software, so we are using what is supplied to us, or what what the university is giving to us. But that's why we have two other fonts available that the people can use, like the Gothic. I think it's available to most packages. So sometimes Mirror Pro is not available on basic Microsoft use, but it's mostly used for our design. That is used by our design team. But some packages do have that font, so people are able to use that. But the other one is actually available to most people, so you can be able to use that. So it's just that people, they just need to be aware of the type of fonts that they can use. So we're not just limiting you to MyPro, because we know that in some instances people won't have that, depending on the version of Microsoft that you have, and also some people are using Mac, so you have different versions of fonts available in those packages. So you can use the ones that is mostly available to everyone. Can you deal with Paul's question? Lungelo?
Is it in the chat?
Yeah, it's in the Q&A.
I haven't seen it. Oh, is it?
Oh, he's asking about the specific, if there are any specific guidelines for video editing and so on.
For video editing, I think mainly depends on how you are doing your logo reveals. I would say that for some specific logo reveals, dependent on the imagery that you're using in the background, maybe you're using a video of someone running or anything like that. I would suggest using a one-color logo. Whether it's white or red or anything. Just the logo, the logo colors of Ukzn you can use that, but then you have to be careful about if you're using the logo colors, you might be particularly speaking to a campus or a specific college. So I would just suggest using white or black or the full color logo. But we're not going to tell you how to use it. I think we have to trust your creativity that you can see that this logo can be seen by someone, or that the logo is just in a busy area. Maybe I have to change the video behind it, or just change the reveal to maybe use a full color, a white background with the full color logo, just to get through that part of the video, and then you can continue on with the rest of the video. But yeah, we just want you to use your discretion when it comes to the clarity of the UKZN logo, because we want to make sure people can see it. We don't want to say that you can't use a specific video or image just because the logo is there. Even if you put it on the top left-hand corner, or the top right-hand corner, dependent on the creativity that you're using, you can even send us a sample if necessary, and we can just quickly approve it for you, because you are speaking to creatives at CRD as well, who deal with the UKZN brand. So we can communicate and agree on certain things for videos, even social media as well, to make sure that the branding is correct and it's clear.
Thank you, Lungelo. I hope that is clear. We have one more hand, Isabella. Shakila, can you help?
Hi, actually Isabella is not here. It's Kim from Ambani, Africa. We're working on a project which is a web app platform, and it needs a specific branding. It's when we engaged with department, I can't really, I think it's humanities. They did indicate the name of the platform, what they would want it to be called. But so far we've just been using the guidelines from the branding manual for the university. I just want to ask, in terms of such projects, if there is a specific branding that has to go in terms of a logo, for instance, that has to go specifically for a product that is from a particular department. How does that work? Do we engage with you to then create a specific logo for that, or do we work around with the name that has been provided and then we just bounce it back, or does it have to necessarily have the colors of the college, or does it need to have the colors of the main colors of the branding of the university?
Sorry, I'd like to ask, what type of products are you producing?
So what we're working on is a gamified game-based platform for isiZulu learning for all the first years. So we basically working on that.
Okay. I would suggest you use the generic branding, but if a specific college that deals with you is saying, look, please use college-specific logo, a college-specific logo, I would say you can use that as well. We can supply you the logo. You can give us even the dimensions that you're working in for that platform, and then we can make sure that we give you the correct branding, because it's mainly the generic logo or the college logo. And the college can, if you're dealing with a specific college, they are allowed to tell you, like, hey, please use our college logo in place of the generic logo.
Okay, and there's no other specifications in terms of like the design system for what would go on to like buttons and other stuff other than what you mentioned? Because what you indicated appeared to be more on the printing side. Is there anything that we also have to follow specifically for digital work, or should we just bounce it back to you guys, or we got freedom to just relate based on the main colors of the institution?
Look, if you're making something that's not, college specific or KZN specific, you can use whatever colors you want, so long as you make sure that if you're using our brand, that our colors are correct. But if it's something that's particular to the university, then then probably you would have to send us the design or whatever that you're doing. We can make sure that the colors that you're using are correct in the right place. Mainly the colors to use that are inclusive of everyone is a red, black, those type of colors, and white.
Yeah.
College specific colors, humanities is blue, agriculture is green, health sciences is white, but basically health sciences can have any other color that's not a specific college color, because their color is white. So they have a full range, and then law and management and so on. But yeah, you can send us, we can look it over, and then we can give you the right advice so that you don't make a mistake, or you don't end up sending something that's not UKZN related.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Namat, is a question from Danielle. I sent it to you.
Yeah, I think I responded to that on the chat.
Okay, thanks.
Can we, I think we're gonna take, we need to wrap up now, colleagues. Can we take Isaac?
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Isaac.
Yeah, so please, because of internet problems, I couldn't join early, but I don't know whether that has been addressed. But I want to find out if the UKZN has a standard PPT template that we can use for our presentations.
Yes, there is. That was covered earlier. So there is a template. We're going to send the link to where all the templates are so that people can access them. Thank you.
Okay, so you sent to our emails or a link here that we can access?
We can send it via email for everyone here, but all the resources, templates are available on the intranet. You can actually access them from there. When you go to the intranet, you go to resources, and then you can get the link there from, it's under brand communication.
Okay, so kindly share the link with us here so that some of us can save, please. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Are there any other questions?
Yeah, I don't know whether I can ask my second question.
Yeah.
It's about the use of UKZN logo. Is there any intellectual property implications of one using it?
I think I said that if you do get the branding incorrect or you're using it incorrectly, we don't want to go down the legal route. So that's why we are telling everyone you can contact CRT and we can make sure that you're using it correctly. We're not going to charge you a whole lot of money. It's done for free, and we will give you the correct branding for free.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you.
Is Lungelo Kanyile's question answered?
Kanyile.
Yeah, on the Q&A.
don't see it, Norma. Can you read it for me, please? I'm so sorry.
Okay, he is asking about, he works with, for a project where they produce many different types of outputs with design elements like infographics, newsletters, etc. Is it advisable to obtain CRD approval or forward all designs to CRD?
Yes, it is advisable. If you are not using the CI manual, I would advise that you send us an email of what you created. We can give you a quick approval. It doesn't take months or anything. And then we can even give you guidance on email. I can even tweak the designs for you and give you a certain example of what I'm talking about on the email. Because I know sometimes writing an email doesn't really clarify what the person is asking for. So we can design an example from what you've given us and say, hey, look, use this type of color or use this type of idea. I think this bodes well for the UKZN branding. So we're more than willing to help in those instances. We do work, like, we do tell you like how busy our schedule is, but we mainly get back to everyone and we tell them, look, you're on the right track, or you're not on the right track. Why don't you try this? And we'll send you something specific to what you need. Because what's good is that we are designers. So it's easy to communicate with us when you're doing anything creative, informative as well. We can just give you some pointers. We can even visually show you some pointers to make it easier.
Colleagues, I think we can end here. I think we've actually covered a lot of ground and also answered a lot of questions. If you do have any further questions, then you can send an email either to Lungelo or send it to our generic email address, which is corporaterelations@ukzn.ac.za. So you can also send to either myself, Pekani, or Toliswa, or whoever, or whoever you're working with to actually get the questions, to get the answers or the approval that is required. We will update our intranet and then make sure that all the necessary documents are available there for you to download. We're going to make sure that all the PowerPoints, the template for presentations, templates for invitations or posters are available for you to use. But otherwise, any other design job that you require, you must just send an email to us to request for anything to be designed. Especially because Lungelo was emphasizing this is a free service. So the logo is free, but you also have to use it responsibly. And we also want to, the idea for us having this session is not to police anyone, but it's actually to work together to make sure that our brand is represented correctly. And we're also proud of our brand, and we don't want to see the wrong a representation of our brand, and we don't want to see also our brand associated with brands that are controversial. We want to politicize our brand, so make sure that we use it quickly, and we if we're not sure about anything, you're welcome to send an email, call for us to be able to assist you, because we are here to assist you. We're here to provide you with the best designs. Our team is always available to assist. We design anything from invitation to publications and so on. So make sure that we do make use of our services, because we are here to support what you're doing. We're not here to police you. But if it comes to that, we will actually go that route, but we don't want to go that route as yet. because we know people are willing to cooperate. It is also showing by the number of people that are here that they are interested and they care about our brand. So make sure that you do get in touch with us, and we'll assist you as much as we can. And we're always here to help with anything that you need. So I know that there are a lot of people with those T-shirts that are much older now, and also that the logo was incorrectly. So if you can start phasing out those T-shirts, we'll be very grateful, because it is painful to see. So please just work with us to make sure that we do this right, and we'll always be here to assist. We're going to make sure the presentation is also available with all the other elements that you will require, including the full CI manual is available to all of you. Thank you again. Thank you, Lungelo, for all the presentation and responding to all those questions. Thank you to Shakila for setting this up as well. We really appreciate your work. Thank you, Kath, as well, making sure that we are live on Facebook. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Do enjoy your day.